All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are going to take this incredible journey through your body's own internal food processor, the digestive system. And we're starting right at the beginning, from the very first bite.
It's something we probably don't think about much, right? But what your body does with that sandwich or that apple is, well, it's pretty amazing. It's a highly coordinated, super efficient mission to turn food into fuel.
So think of it like this. Your body is on a six-part mission. First, get the food in. Then, move it along. Break it down, both physically and chemically. Absorb all the good stuff. And finally, get rid of what's left over. It's this really elegant system. And today, we're going to tackle those first few crucial stages.
Okay, so first stop, the mouth. And let me tell you, your mouth is so much more than just an entry point. It's this super smart pre-processing plant where the whole process gets a major head start, way before you even swallow.
And a huge part of that process is saliva. Get this, your body pumps out up to 1.5 liters of the stuff every single day. That's more than a big bottle of soda. And this stuff is anything but simple.
So let's take a look at what's actually in your saliva. Yeah, it's mostly water, like over 99%. But the real magic, it's in that other little 0.5%. That tiny bit is an absolute powerhouse, loaded with enzymes like amylase, proteins like mucin, and all sorts of important minerals.
I mean, look at all the jobs it does. Saliva is a total multitasker. It's not just making food slippery so you can swallow. It's starting to break down carbs, it's cleaning your mouth, and it's even got these antibacterial agents like lysozyme. You literally couldn't taste your food without it. How wild is that?
And the best part? This is all happening on autopilot. Your nervous system is running the show. When you're chilling out, that's the rest and digest mode, you get that nice watery saliva. But when you're stressed, the whole fight or flight thing kicks in, you get that thick, sticky kind. That's exactly why your mouth gets dry when you're nervous. It all makes sense now, right?
Okay, so our food has been chewed up and mixed with saliva. It's now what's called a bolus. From the mouth, it goes down the esophagus, and bam! It lands in the next major stop on our tour, the stomach. And this is no simple holding tank. It's a muscular, superacidic reactor where the real breakdown begins.
You know what makes the stomach such a powerhouse? It's all about the muscle. Most of your digestive tract has 2 layers of muscle. The stomach? It's got a special third layer. This gives it this incredible churning ability, kind of like a high-powered cement mixer, just grinding and mixing everything together.
And while all that physical churning is happening, the stomach is also launching a chemical attack. Its walls are secreting about 2 liters of this potent stuff called gastric juice every single day. This is the chemical cocktail that really starts to dismantle our food, especially the proteins.
And this gastric juice is so clever. It's got this dual personality. On one hand, it creates this thick layer of mucus to protect the stomach from basically digesting itself. But on the other hand, it produces this incredibly strong hydrochloric acid to just attack the food. It's like the ultimate offense combined with an impenetrable defense. Just brilliant.
So, what does this hydrochloric acid actually do? Well, it's got a few critical jobs. First, it makes the stomach so acidic that it kills most of the nasty microbes you might have swallowed. It also flips the on switch for pepsin, the main enzyme that digests protein. And it even helps get minerals like iron ready for your body to absorb later. It's a busy acid.
Okay, so we have this super powerful acid. A pretty important question comes up, right? How does the stomach know when to turn it on and when to turn it off? Well, it doesn't guess. It uses this absolutely brilliant 3-phase system that coordinates between your brain, the stomach itself, and even your intestines. This right here is basically the master plan. You can see how the brain, the stomach, and the intestine are all talking to each other to get the timing just right. It's a perfectly coordinated dance. So let's break down these 3 phases one by one.
First up is phase 1, the cephalic phase. And this is going to blow your mind. It all starts in your head. Seriously, just the sight or the smell or even the thought of food is enough for your brain to send a message down to your stomach saying, hey, get ready, food's on the way. And the stomach actually starts making gastric juice before a single bite has been taken.
All right, phase 2, the gastric phase. This is the main event. This is when the food actually arrives in the stomach. The stomach stretches, and that triggers the release of a hormone called gastrin. Gastrin is like the green light that tells the stomach, okay, go time, and it just unleashes the full force of its gastric juice.
And then we have phase 3, the intestinal phase. This is the off switch. It's this super smart feedback loop. As that partially digested food starts to move from the stomach into the small intestine, the intestine sends out its own hormones that tell the stomach, okay, you can slow down now. We've got it from here. It's the body's way of making sure everything happens at the right pace.
So, after all that, after the powerful churning and that perfectly timed 3-phase chemical assault, what do we have? What's the result of all that work?
What leaves the stomach is this stuff called chyme, and it's basically this thick, acidic, soupy sludge. The carbs are on pause, the proteins have been attacked, and the whole mix has been sterilized. This is what gets passed bit by bit into the small intestine for the next part of the journey.
So, think about where we are. Our food has been crushed, lubricated, and now completely transformed in the stomach's acid bath. But here's the kicker. Almost none of the nutrients have actually been absorbed yet. And that leaves us with the big question as we move forward. Now that our food is this sterilized, protein-dented slurry, where does the real work of absorbing all the good stuff finally begin?